Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about Valley Forge. So I have some famous paintings that are here as well as the end I will have some pictures of when I went there. It was a very brief trip, so it's not very in-depth. The hope is to go there this summer, my next trip, to attend and really see Valley Forge. But I did get to stop and do a few things, so I will share that with you later on. But let's talk about what happened and what is Valley Forge. So it spanned from December 1777 to June 1778. So about 6 months of time. Valley Forge was not a battle, but it was a camp close to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the Continental Army. So in this picture, General Washington Marquis de Lafayette came to check on the troops. And as you can see, there were tough times, especially in the winter. The men didn't have the proper clothing for freezing temperatures. They were in rags and some were shoeless. They're also suffering of starvation. Many men died over the 6 months of encampment. However, the men that survived this hardship were disciplined and committed to their purpose. One thing that I learned from one of my instructors when I was in Valley Forge, he said, this is truly where we won the war, because it just made us stronger, and our soldiers they could handle anything after that. So it was a big test for all of them. And General Washington, of course, was there. And it was very important to him to be part of what they were dealing with. I'll go back. But so anyway, this is a very important moment in history. One person I want to talk about real quick is a new person, and that's Marquis de Lafayette. And he was a French nobleman. His beliefs in independence led him to fight for America's freedom. He served in the American Army without pay and became a major general. He also convinced the French government to send aid to the Americans. And he was in Yorktown with George Washington when he forced Cornwallis to surrender. So he is a very important figure. And it was super key to have the French support for us to win the war. So he is an important figure during this time, and he, of course, was there at Valley Forge as well. So he is another important figure there. And he continues on through that. So here's just some pictures that I took when I visited. So we drove through, because the campus that I stay at when I do my little history trips is in Valley Forge. It's a huge, expanse of land. But we decided to stop at the Washington Memorial Chapel. And so we, across the way you can see the valley. And so that kind of gives you an idea. And it's, of course, so beautiful, all green, and it happened to be a really pretty day. It was definitely hot and humid that day. So it was a little, especially in this picture, seems a little, not as clear of a day, that's for sure, but you can still see the beauty that was there. And so it was very somber to be there, to think about what those men went through. This is the Washington Memorial Chapel. It is absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, this is where we stopped and we got to walk around and look at the church. But anyway, just thought I would just show you those pictures. And then the last thing is, this is a picture. So when we drove by, we saw the other end of Washington's headquarters. And so this is, I think, looks like it's the stables of it. And then Washington's headquarters, this is the actual building of it. I didn't have time to go see it, but I was able to see the back end of it. And if I go back, then I definitely will get to go in. But you can tour inside it and see this is where he did military discussions and things like that. I'm going to also attach a website where you can actually look a virtual tour of inside his headquarters. If you want to take a look at that, I will attach that to this assignment. And that is basically it about Valley Forge for me, and also just a little bit of the history. And so after this, there will be some new battles that will be coming up, but it does just turn a corner for us, and it is a very necessary part of the history that we have. So I hope you learned a little more about Valley Forge, and we will definitely be talking soon.